Hi everyone, and welcome to another NHS Fleet Solutions video where I'll show you how cheap it is to get salary sacrifice cars through the NHS Fleet Solutions. This time we're covering the ID3, as you can see pictured here, and they had loads of confusing different names for their trims, which was kind of crazy, but I'll break it down for you. They've made it simpler now. You've got the Pro Essential and Pro Match, which is the 59 kilowatt hour battery, or the medium range battery. They used to do a 45 as well. Or they've got the Pro S lineup, which is the 77 kilowatt hour battery. Interestingly, this drops the rear seats from a 5-seat bench to a 4-seat 2 chairs. So that is significant. So yeah, if you wanted the extra range, it does come across as from the middle seat, but whether anyone actually ever really uses the middle seat is up for debate. And then they've got the cheap trim, the Essential, versus the stuff that's got more built in by default than what they call the Match. So you can get low battery range, which is the Pro, or you can get high battery range, which is the Pro S. And Essential means less stuff, less tech, and Match essentially means more stuff included by default. And they're charging £1,000 for the difference. I'm not going to itemise what's in this because I don't know, although there is a big list here if you wanted to have a look and see if whatever you're getting for £1,000 is worth that. Is the extra 18 kilowatt hours of battery worth the £3.5 grand? That's another question. Whether you ever actually really need that range is another thing. They're claiming 269 miles versus 345, but that's a summer test, slow speed, etc. So without further ado, I think the first one we've got here is the Pro Essential. Yeah, and they've got it the wrong way around. They're calling it the Essential Pro, but yeah, this is the short range or the medium range. They don't do the short range anymore. And I added in loads of stuff. This is going to be more expensive because there's all sorts of stuff that I've put on. And given this is the basic trim model, maybe that wasn't necessary. I should have really left everything off, and you could just have how cheap you could possibly get this. But yeah, I put a heat pump in, that's £1,000. Put the glass roof in. I think you really want a sunroof in all cars, and it was just shy of £1,000. And the exterior pack, some of the stuff they put on for these things is crazy. This is like £2 or £3 grand to add this stuff on. But this is German manufacturers for you. They claim to be posh and better and nicer, but they put absolutely nothing on your basic trims, and that comes out at quite a lot, at almost 500 quid. I could really get this a lot cheaper, I reckon, by not putting all this in. Given this is the basic trim, maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I'll go back and edit it for you. But this is this is the short range battery. But it's the Match, so you've got more included as basic. Do we put anything on here? I put the heat pump on, but I think it includes the pan roof anyway in this model. Check that, eh? Do you come with a sunroof? I'm not sure you say that you do, but I couldn't select it on this. No. And that's coming out as cheaper, yeah. So the difference here is just that I've selected less stuff. So this is showing how crazy German options can get you a huge extra bill on your car. So that's at least 20% higher. Crazy. And so this is now the long battery range, and what is the Pro S and the NHS Fleet Solutions. There's loads of different models. So if you choose the ID3, it gives you every single different model, but they haven't really followed their naming conventions. So I don't know if this is the Essential or the Match, but it didn't have a lot of stuff on. So I'm assuming it's the Essential, and I put loads of stuff on these exterior packs, driving assistance packs, and heat pumps to get what's included on a lot of other manufacturers. You can see I'm quite negative about this, and they want £500 a month. So compare that against the Tesla or the Kona, which have a lot of this stuff included as a standard. Slightly bigger battery than the Kona there, to be fair. And again, this is another version of the Pro S, but is it the Match, is it the Essential? Not sure. Again, put loads of options on. Again, very expensive. So what is your alternative? Well, Seat have a posh version called Cupra, and they make a version of the same chassis. This is the ID3 chassis, but just Cupra make it look good instead. And so you can get one of these. They have a simple naming thing. They just have 3 types of stuff. They have the V1, the V2, and the V3. And so the V1, 170 kilowatts. That's it's 240 horsepower. That's quite a lot. And I think I left everything off this. Yeah, this is the basics. Just to see how cheap you could possibly get it. And they're doing it for 370. So that's not bad. Yeah, so I didn't put any options about as much as I could. Choose the free paint as well. So this one is the V3 and it's the long range. So just for a comparison, so if you compare that against the bigger ID3 battery, and I added everything on, so you get a bit extra stereo system and you got these tech packs, etc. And we'll see all that comes out as 423. So super, like, look at this compared to compared to, oh, that's the short range. Where have we gone? Pro S, yeah, so this one. So they want 500 quid, whereas the Cupra you can get for 423. So you're getting a lot better deals on the Cupra versus the ID3. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer the 2024 best electric car Cupra Born, or do you prefer your ID3? I think VW need to sort their act out here, really. When your internal competitor brand that you own is cheaper. Interesting. Okay. Well, let me know if this has been helpful, if the quality's better, if I'm talking loud enough, etc. Can you see the screens better? Is it better than me doing it on my phone, as I've been doing before? It's really easy for me to do it on my phone, but also if the quality's so bad it's not worth watching. That's another thing, isn't it? So yeah, lovely, great to see you guys. Let me know what you think.